I got my Star Wars shirt on.
I see your Star Wars shirt. What the
This one's
hell is
got
going on with
this one's got Kylo Ren and
this?
Knights of Ren on it. Should I push the button so you can be ready?
I'm, I'm ready. I'm just queuing up
Here we go.
shit.
Welcome to the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast. We are here to podcast about anything and everything Star Wars with you. Please visit our website where you can play current and past episodes. That's https://RABR KyleJohansson.us. That's RABR.KAILEJOHANSEN. What, are you not hearing stuff?
Yes.
On the left-hand side is a navigation menu. You can use this to learn how to load the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast on your Android or Apple phone and tablet. And we have direct links to our podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts. Please participate by connecting to our social media, answering questions of the week, or submitting feedback directly from the site. Again, all of these are available at the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room website at RABR.KAILEJOHANSEN.US. And now, it's time to talk Star Wars. I am Kyle John Johansson, and this is Andrew Scott Sutton. Say hello.
Hello. Hello. Oh, I was going to say, I got a couple bobbleheads this week.
Yeah. We got Bot Boy. You got Robot. You got what's his
Yeah,
name?
B2EMO. I got that one this week. But I got quite a few of the main characters from the Obi-Wan Kenobi. They had the two Inquisitors, the guy, the bald-headed guy, and then the guy that had the weird helmet thing going on there. I
Mhm.
got those two, and then the robot, the Ned robot, the yellow robot that was the really tall robot that helped them in the shop or whatever.
Yeah.
I got that one, and then yeah, one with young Luke Skywalker as a as
Oh,
a, as a boy. Yeah, I got those. They were all marked down pretty good comparably to what.
oh, come on, come on! Don't.
No, I got one of them
You got
for
huge raise, so you went out and
what?
splurged.
No, I got
Yeah.
one for $6. That's a pretty good price for a bobblehead.
Yeah.
$6 for I think at least one or two of them. No, I don't splurge on these because I have too many of them to splurge on right now. If I was splurging, I'd buy like 10 of them at a time. I don't do that.
We should
Anyway,
buy.
so
We should, we should found someone that has them and buy them from them.
I could, but they probably don't want to get rid of them. Maybe somebody that died, I guess, huh? I'll look at the
For
obituaries.
collection.
Have Star Wars bobbleheads and died yesterday. Oh, I gotta call them up.
What do you think those
No.
people that do the storage units do? They peruse the damn
Yeah, but
obituary.
they get lucky most of the time. See, what they show on TV is when they get lucky. They probably go through 100 storage units in that one day. They get lucky on the three or four that they show.
Yeah.
Um. All right. So today we're reviewing Star Wars Ahsoka Part 3 called "Time to Fly." We'll discuss it with a detailed recap and then review and ask for lots of feedback. Right?
Sure.
Right, Scott. Right?
I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of the
It's a really short
70,
episode.
70 supers group that sang that song.
It was something close to that name, wasn't it?
Time to fly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
REO.
know. Was it?
REO. Yeah.
Was it? All right.
Well, look it up.
All right. I'll look it up. Why don't you look it up while we're. No, I'll look it up
I
here in a
got
minute.
multitask. when I'm on here because I'll mess something up and you'll get mad.
Oh, okay. I won't get that mad, but so today's director again was Stephen Green. Writer was David Filoni, and it was edited by James D. Wilcox. Music again was by Kevin Kinner. And this cast was fairly short, but it was long enough. And they have the one guy actually listed in the cast this time. So we have Ahsoka, which is a Rosario Dawson, Sabine, Wren, Natasha, Bordizzo, Hera Syndulla is Mary Elisabeth Winstead. Bayllan Skoll is Ray Stevens. Morgan Elisabeth is Deanna Lee Instantato. Professor Hanoi is David Tennant. You know who David Tennant is, right? He played on he was a doctor on Doctor Who.
Was he a doctor?
Yeah, he was one of the doctors. And there's a rumor that they're going to have a crossover between Doctor Who and one of the Mandalorian shows.
No.
Senator Zenoi, Zeno?
More educated show than.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Star Wars shit.
Senator Zenoio is played by Nelson Lee. He's the Oriental-looking guy. Senator Mawood is played by Maurice Irving. I think that was a black guy. First Officer Vic Hawkins, played by Nican Robinson. Senator Ricardo, played by Jacqueline Anterman. Inquisitor Merrick. So he's got an Inquisitor name. Inquisitor Merrick was played by Paul Darnell. And we saw Jason Syndulla, Hera's son, in this episode. He was played by Evan Whitington. And we got a commercial, so let's do. And now, a word from our sponsors. Does your bald head take a beating from shaving, the sun, and all of the things Mother Nature throws your way? Do ladies look at your dry, sunburnt head and cringe? Well, guys, there's a new product out there in the head care market that promises to rock your head. I mean dome. Looks soft, clean, and touchable, and it's trending #1 through social media and on YouTube. Introducing Dome Armor. It conditions with moisturizers like coconut oil and shea butter, protects with sunscreen up to SPF 45, and enhances your already sexy dome into an irresistible hands-on experience. Keep your head, dome, safe and protected. Get Dome Armor. I want to get your dome. Available in fresh bacon scent. Sure to get the ladies to come running in fine stores like Walmart and Lowe's. Oh, and for those still struggling with minor hair loss, try Grow Gain. This product will refresh, revitalize, and regrow hair on your dome. That's some hair. I think they're making fun of my hair.
We got hair. We refuse to sell our product in Target.
Yeah, exactly. No Target.
No Target.
They're too stuck up for us. Again, we're reviewing Ahsoka Part 3, Time to Fly. This episode aired on August 29th. It was only 31 minutes long, and of course it's still in the same timeline of 9 after the Battle of Yavin. So 9 after the Death Star blow up. Boom. The first time. And we see in this episode where they're nervous about it being another Death Star, that thing that they see. So what that means is it's time to grab your favorite beverage, pull up a chair, and join us in the Rebel Alliance briefing room. Right?
10-4.
All right. So we start out today. Sabine's in training. Ahsoka on Ahsoka's T6 shuttle. Hanoi and Sabine are training, and they're doing different moves and stuff, so they've got different names. So he's calling out the name of the move, and she's executing him with this hologram thing that he's got on his arms or whatever.
Stupid ass flashlights.
Yeah, flashlights. And it records, her making the move and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, it's pretty good. You're pretty good. You're not perfect, but you're pretty good, right?" So then she starts to party with Ahsoka, right?
With the blackout hood on.
Yeah, she with the wooden blades and the blackout hood, and she says, "Trust your instincts, right? Use your instincts. Don't
Luke."
Yeah. And so then when they're alone, after they've done a little back and forth, and it looks like at the end that she almost gets it figured out, right? Because she's banging the other stick, but then she gets frustrated and starts just swinging wildly. Wow, 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 falls down on the ground, right?
Yep.
And moments later, they're sitting at the table.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
What?
The council.
Oh, that comes
before
later.
They sit at the table when she brings the drinks in. And she pushes the button to bring the table up from the floor of the.
You're right. I skipped a spot. So yeah. So they go through all that, trying and fighting with the sticks, and you better concentrate, and fiercely attacks and falls down. And Tano invites him for another session, and then we switch over to the meeting. They got General Hera Syndulla walks through a corridor to attend a meeting with Chancellor Mon Mothma and several senators to request backup to investigate the cargo transport that escaped the Deneb system. Escape to the Deneb system. That's where they're going. Before entering the conference room, First Officer Vic Hawkins warns her that Hamiato Zenoi is the one the senators present to. Is the one of the senators that's there. And he's pretty negative, I guess. Chancellor Mothma and the senators attend the meeting via hollow projectors. So they're all blue ghost-looking people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're around this. I don't know why they pretend that they're around a table or whatever. That's kind of weird, but I liked it better when what's his name on The Mandalorian did it, and they were just all standing in a room,
Yeah.
All the hollow projectors. I like that better. So she asked Mothma how Mothma asks how Jason Syndulla is doing, and Hera suggests that her son is playing somewhere, and Mothma says probably getting in trouble with Chopper. Senator Zenoi insists that they proceed with the business. No more chitter chatter. Syndulla explains that her investigations into the attack on the Vesper led her to a Santhi shipyard on Corellia, where she was attacked by Imperial loyalists. What? And they were working with Morgan Elisabeth. Oh no. Senator Rodrigo vouches for the loyalty of most of the former Imperials working at various levels and sectors of the New Republic government. Of course she does. Syndulla replies that those saying "Long live the Empire" are not the kind of loyalty that they're looking for. So she's saying you guys are crazy. You're just senators sitting there in an office. You have no idea what's going on.
Exactly.
Mothma says that her understanding was that the loyalists were arrested and the facility was shut down pending further investigation. And Syndulla confirms this, but believes that is part of a larger operation involving Grand Admiral Thrawn. What?
Thrawn's dead.
And the Zenoi guy suggests that Syndulla is just trying to make a big deal so she can get, basically approval to go hunt him down and spend lots of money that the New Republic doesn't have.
Yep.
Syndulla believes that Thrawn is alive and seeks permission for a task force to the NAB system to investigate the matter. Zenoy objects to her and suggests that Syndulla is conveniently using New Republic forces for her quest to find Ezra Bridger. Uh-oh. He's caught on to her. Syndulla responds that Bridger disappeared while fighting Thrawn. Zenoy accuses her of using the convenience of Thrawn to return to requiring resources that could be used for a more practical purpose, such as helping the people of the Republic. In response, Syndulla asks Zenoy if he ever served in the Galactic War, prompting him to reply no. Syndulla asks if Zenoy is waiting for the...
know anything like that.
Syndulla asks if Zenoy is waiting by the fence to see who comes on top. Yeah, if he's just waiting around for opportunist kind of situation. Senator Mawood reassures Syndulla that he and his colleagues are grateful for her and her service and role in restoring the Republic. Mawood says that he and his fellow senators serve the people of the New Republic who want no part in further conflict. Syndulla responds that Mawood acts like he has a choice, prompting Rodrigo to argue that the Imperial remnants and their scattered fleet no longer pose a threat to the New Republic. That's what they think, right? Syndulla warns that Thrawn's return will change that situation, and Zenoy asks her to state her case. What were you going to say? That's what they think.
Scattered fleet.
It's all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And we already saw that in The Mandalorian, where there's quite a group of people that are organizing, right?
Yep.
I think it's the same timeline. So Syndulla warns the senators that Thrawn is not their typical Imperial officer, stating that he killed friends, including people who were like family to her. Syndulla says that she spent most of her life fighting a war, and she wants to convince them to help her prevent a new one. Zenoy says that Thrawn and Bridger died during the liberation of Lothal. Syndulla starts to get angry, but Mothma tells Syndulla to give her a moment to speak with the other senators. Syndulla, Hawkins, and a Mon Calamari officer exit the conference room and are joined by Jacen and Chopper. Jacen asks his mother if it is true that Aunt Sabine is going to be a Jedi. When Syndulla asks where he heard that, Jacen says Chopper told him. Chopper grunts and beeps and bops, and Jacen tells his mother that he wants to be a Jedi, and Syndulla touches his shoulder and reassures him that she knows. I know, son. I know. It's one of those. Yeah, I know you want to be a doctor. I know.
Right.
All right. So then we're back on the Tano ship. Tano compliments Wren for being a fast learner in the sparring class. Wren says that she cannot handle weapons. She can handle the weapons, but struggles with the rest of it.
Yeah.
When Wren asks if Tano could expedite the training due to the situation. Right?
Yeah.
Tano replies that it does not work like that.
Oh.
It doesn't just, you can't just speed it up. It just happens when it wants to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, get in touch with the universe.
Gotta get in touch with your inner self, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wren admits that she cannot feel the Force in the same way as Tano. Tano responds that the Force resides in all living things, including Wren. When Wren asks why not all people can use it, Tano replies that talent is a factor, and that training and focus are what define success. Tano says that not everyone has the discipline needed to master the Force. Tano places her cup on the table and advises Wren to start small. Wren promises to do her best. And when she does that, Tano goes, whoosh, and the cup comes to her hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we see for a second there, Wren is looking at her cup, right?
Yep.
And trying to make it work.
She opens one eye. She opens one eye and leaves one eye shut.
Yeah, trying to see if it's moving. It's
Arr.
not moving, damn it! Arr.
Come on.
And then back in the cockpit, Hanoi tells Tano that he has not heard from Syndulla about reinforcements from the New Republic. When Hanoi asks about Wren's progress, Tano says that Wren is frustrated and still finds it challenging. Hanoi points out that both of them knew it would not be easy. When Tano raises the matter of Hanoi saying that Wren has little potential, the droid counters that he only spoke the truth. He says that the Jedi Order would not have accepted her and defends the Jedi standards. He's a droid. He doesn't realize that he, upset her, made her mad. Hanoi points out that few Mandalorians have become Jedi. Tano counters that she does not need Wren to be a Jedi. She needs her to be herself. Hanoi remarks that Tano comes from a long line of non-traditional Jedi and that she will fit right in. Meanwhile, in the lounge, Wren is still reflecting on Tano's word that the Force is living things and attempts to use the Force to summon the cup. Give me the cup. Give me the cup. Tano speaks over the intercom and tells Wren that she has received word from Syndulla. And that's when Wren says, you haven't won yet. You've won this round, but you haven't won the whole thing yet. And then she runs off. Wren enters the cockpit and joins the holo conference with General Syndulla. Syndulla regrets that neither she nor the New Republic Defense Fleet will be able to join them at Siestos, which is where they're going in the Danab system. Syndulla explains that the Senate committee refuses to approve their mission. Before Syndulla can explain, the transmission is cut off. Oh no! What happened? Hanoi informs the others that they have entered the Danab system where all comm transmissions are being jammed. What?
What?
How can that be?
I thought I had service out here.
Exactly. What happened to my cell phone? I better get a new T-Mobile contract. They better give me some free minutes, right?
Yeah, okay.
Syndulla's prompting Hanoi takes a ship out of hyperspace at a significant distance from the planet, per Jedi mission protocol, for approaching an unknown situation. When Wren asks, why are we so far away? And Syndulla says, well, it's his programming. He just does what it's programming. I can't change his programming. Come on. And not too long after they come out, they detect 3 ships, right? 3 or 4 ships. Is it 3? Yep. I think it's 3. Hanoi reports that the runaway transport is orbiting the other side of the Siestos. However, a second object that is an unknown signature is also there. As the proximity alarm goes off, 6 starfighters, including Shin Hati and Inquisitor Maruk, converge on Tano's ship. While Hanoi identifies the hostilities, Syndulla tells Wren to man the tailship gun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go get back in the butt and wiggle around a little bit. Hati sends starfighters 2 and 3 to shadow Tano's ship as the starfighters fire back and forth with Wren shooting pew 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 pew. There's green lasers going pew 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 and red ones going pew 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 pew. Wren tells Tano over the intercom to hold the ship steady, and Tano tells Wren to learn how to anticipate their actions. And Wren says, "Hey, this is no time for a lesson. We're fighting for our lives here."
know where they're gonna be before they're gonna be there.
Exactly. Wren fires back, but the enemy starfighters prove too nimble for her. Tano asks Hanoi about the object, but he offers some theories. Tano replies that this is not the time, and Hati pursues Tano's shuttle. Tano asks Wren what she needs. What do you need for me to make you successful? Right?
Mhm.
Wren
Yep.
tells her to move on her signal, and the two coordinate the next move. Working together, Tano takes the ship into a dive and a wedge between the two enemy squadrons. When Wren manages to shoot one of the enemy's starfighters. Woohoo! I got one!
I got it.
In response, Hati tells 2-6 to fly with her. The remaining enemy fighters enter into a formation, working together. Wren manages to shoot down 2 more. Boom, boom.
Boom,
And
boom,
Hanoi
boom.
manages to gain sight of the unidentified object. He says it's out. I see it. It's out there. It's something round. And yeah, he identifies it and he believes it to be a hyperspace ring. Tano says she would like to investigate and flies towards the ring. Hati informs Morgan Elisabeth that the intruders are approaching the Eye of Sion, which is what they call that ring. Elisabeth is disappointed with Hati for letting the intruders get so far, but vows to deal with them. She tells her robots and stuff to get the cannon guns ready, laser cannons ready, and they starfighters veer off, and the droids prepare the lasers. Meanwhile, Hati tells Maurice to form up on her wing and wait for his signal. As the fighters break off, Hanoi tells Syndulla to keep the ship steady while he attempts to run his scan on the Eye of Sion. When the navigator droid informs Elisabeth the turbo lasers are ready, she orders them to shoot right away. Shoot them. Shoo, shoo. Tano's ship dodges the fire. Wren enters the cockpit and Tano mans the deflector shields while Hanoi conducts his scan of the hyperspace ring. Despite the intense enemy bombardment, Hanoi tells Tano to fly the ship closer and closer and closer. Wren keeps warning about the deflectors going down further, 10%, 5%.
Oh, no.
Hanoi completes the scan just as the ship is hit. Boom! The ship and Hanoi lose power. Dun dun dun.
We're floating.
Wren is worried about Hanoi, but Tano tells her to focus on the ship. We might die too. You know, get the ship working so we don't die. Meanwhile, Hati confirms that Tano's ship has lost power, and Elisabeth tells Elisabeth that her remaining starfighters will take over the situation. Wren informs Tano that their backup systems are working, but their hyperdrive and cannons are inoperable. Uh-oh. Wren also warns Tano about incoming starfighters. While Wren works on restoring the system, Tano says she's going outside the starship. You're doing what?
Okay.
What are you doing?
What?
And
Bye.
she exits the starship in her spacesuit with her lightsabers. Maurice and Hati spot her on the wing of her shuttle and start shooting at her. Pew, 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 pew. Wren dodges the enemy fire during the first round while Wren works on restoring the systems. That's supposed to be Tano dodges them. Hati and her squadron mates return for a second run. Tano uses one of her lightsabers to slice through a fourth starfighter, causing it to explode in space. Tano is swept out into space and asks Wren when she has finished restoring the ship. Wren manages to restore the ship's systems and uses the shuttle's wing to pick up Tano. She's got those gravity boots, so she moves the wing so the gravity boots activate. Tano flees inside the ship before Hati can shoot her, and Wren takes the ship into the planet's atmosphere with Hati and Maruk in pursuit. Yeah, she barely escapes. Wren and Tano lead their pursuers through the stormy clouds of Sietos. They encounter a pod of pergola and fly around the massive space whales. Hati and Maruk continue their pursuit of Tano's ship. Tano and Wren use the massive beasts and their tentacles to make it harder for the pursuers to catch them. They're just weaving in and out of them. Zoom, 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 zoom.
They're like hauling ass.
Yeah, exactly. And
Don't hit the wheel.
And the whales are watching them through their big eyes on the side of their head.
Like,
after losing their pursuers, Tano and Wren take their ship below the clouds towards the sea. Hanoi reboots due to his backup systems and asks what he missed. Tano tells Wren to tell him they almost died several times.
Yeah.
Tano and Wren fly the ship over the Red Forest and decide to land in the clearing so they can do some repairs. Per Jedi protocol, Wren shuts down the ship, and Hanoi, despite his protest, they shut him down too. They then wait their enemy starfighter as they fly overhead. Hati asks Shin if there is any sign of the enemy. Maruk says he does not see them. Hati thinks that their enemy is hiding in the forest and decides they should regroup. When the enemy passes, Tano switches Hanoi back on. And Tano asks Wren if she is all right. And of course, Hanoi says, "Thank you for turning me back on." Wren explains she hasn't seen Pergola since the day that Bridger disappeared. Ezra Bridger disappeared. Hanoi tells Tano and Wren that the enemy structure is still under construction. He explains that there are 6 hyperdrives in place, with the final one being installed. Wren concludes that the structure is a hyperspace ring. Yeah, and you gotta remember, we see those big Star Destroyers and they like have 4 drives. Some of them I've seen 5 on some of them. I don't know, maybe that big huge one that Kylo Ren had more than 5, but anyway, that's a lot of big drives, right?
Yeah, but they huge drives.
Yeah. When Wren concludes that the structure is a hyperspace ring, Hanoi remarks that he has never seen a ring being built on this scale before. Based on the ship's engines and configuration, he estimates that it could be capable of hyperspace jumping of astonishing speeds and distance. When Tano asks, when Tano asks if a ring like that could travel to another galaxy, Hanoi says that it could work, theoretically, if one knows the exact coordinates of navigation. He recalls that in the Jedi archives spoke of intergalactic hyperspace lanes between galaxies, which used to be followed by the migrating paths of the Pergol, whatever you want to call them.
The whale.
Yeah. And then when we see Bayllan Skoll on the ground, and it looks like he's in that same temple where they looked at the star chart thing or whatever.
Yeah.
He assembles a task force of HK-87 assassin droids and scout guards. He orders them to hunt down the Jedi who have taken refuge in the forest. And then we kind of focus on him for a second. He's, kind of like, I don't know about this. I don't feel good about this kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's when we see the credits roll. And the star maps and blah, 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 and all that. So, what'd you think? Good episode? Short episode? Seemed like a lot of action in it once we got past the training stuff, right?
Action, yeah. But, we didn't get very far.
No, we didn't.
I don't even know
We
how many episodes. How many episodes?
8, and this is the third one, so we got 5 to go.
So,
So yeah, I mean
and
we've
and
we've obviously got a big battle with
seasons of this.
possibly. Yeah. Possibly, I think they got serious talk about season 2, but nothing's official yet. We do know that because of what's happened in this episode, there's going to be a big battle in the next one, right? All those guards and droids and stuff go out.
Big battle against one Jedi and one Padawan. I mean,
yeah, we're probably going to see
heads out of their
probably.
asses.
Yeah, we'll probably see some big, huge revelation by Wren. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I've got the Force in my head. I feel it." Then we, right at this exact moment when all the assassin droids come attack, right?
She just goes and throws them away.
Exactly. And then we realize that she actually kicked him instead. No. Yeah, she uses the Force and they all go flying to the ground. That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? It's kind of like you see all the time people come into a situation where they're you hear about the mother who lifts the car up to get her kid out of the underneath the car with unhuman strength or whatever. That's what's probably going to happen. There's going to be a scene where she has to do something super absurd, to escape, and she uses the Force. Dun-dun.
And what's her name? The show's name. She's gonna go like, "What the hell happened?"
Exactly. Well, I don't know. We could also see next episode could be a flashback episode too.
No, move forward.
Well, they're supposed to have
always move forward.
Anakin's supposed to be in the show, and he's dead at this time, so it has to be a flashback.
Little Annie.
Yeah, he's supposed to be teaching Ahsoka, so she is motivated to do what she's doing or something.
So, how long was Darth Vader around?
No, he dies he dies before the Death. No, he dies at Empire Strikes Back, right? No, it's Return of the Jedi because he's still alive in Return of the Jedi. So it's probably after let's say the Revenge of the Sith movie, he's probably alive for maybe 15, 20 more years. Maybe a little less.
Okay.
And we're 9 years after the first Death Star blew up.
Okay.
And we haven't got to the second one, which is an Empire Strikes Back is the second Death Star blows up, right? No. Return of the Jedi is because there's the moon and stuff is the Endor moon where the Death Star is. Okay, so that's the second Death Star. And sometime later or in between we get the planet Star Killer planet base thing too. Anyway. So he's around. He's around somewhere. Okay. He's probably not, looking for Ahsoka. He's probably looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi or something,
Okay.
I don't know. He could show up as Darth Vader, I guess. But some of the previews that I've seen online have him as doing a voiceover, telling her the Jedi stuff, the Jedi teachings and whatever, and she's pulling from those to do whatever she's doing, kind of thing. Anyway, so there's that. So what do we do here? We need some of this, right? Feedback at KyleJohansson.us. That's feedback, KyleJohansson.us. Down there. Yeah, so we need lots of feedback. I didn't pull any feedback this week like I did last week. But a lot of people are torn with this episode. Because they're still stuck on the idea that how did Wren survive in the first place? She's supposed to be dead. She got killed with a lightsaber.
Yeah, I went through her.
So a lot of the
I didn't see no back to tank.
No, we didn't, did we?
No,
just a doctor droid or something like that, right?
Just a Band-Aid.
Yeah, we did see a Band-Aid too. Yeah. I don't know, but like I said, I mean, they referenced it in this episode where she says, "Yeah, I know what that feels like," and she's just touching her sore or whatever. But we can only assume that she didn't get hit by any organs got hit, so that's why she's still alive. I guess I don't know. They were really close to a hospital. Maybe that's it. Tano says, "I need a medic. I need a medic now," and they showed up right away. I don't know. Anyway, so our email address is feedback at KyleJohansson.us. If you really want to, you can attach a video and we can play a video of you giving feedback on our podcast. We have a form you can fill out on our website.
Bonus points for if you're in a bikini, female.
Oh, my goodness. Oh. You better watch out what you're asking for. Yeah, on the left-hand side of the website is a link for feedback, and it's just a form you fill out, and you can put it in there, and it sends it off to us. We are on Twitter at super_duper_pod. We're on Blue Sky, which seems to be bringing us some new traffic. We're there at Rebel Alliance Briefing Room, all one word. And of course, YouTube, when you watch the videos and stuff, there's a section to put in your comments there. So feel free to comment on all that. Tell us that we've got the timeline wrong. Tell us that Darth Vader is already dead. Whatever you got to do, tell us that, hey, Scott needs some Grecian formula in that beard there. It's getting a little white. Tell us whatever you got to tell us. Because look, mine's getting a little white too over here.
I don't care if it's white.
I don't either, really. I don't really care if mine's white either. It drives my wife crazy though. She doesn't like to see that I got white hair. You can see it over here on my head too, a little bit. Anyway, tell us all about that, and how much dome armor we need to be using, all that good stuff. Tell us all of your feedback, right?
Yes, sir.
Feedback. Anything else you got to say about the episode, Scott?
It was just too short.
It really was. I was surprised when it ended. I was surprised when it ended.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to go out into the forest and start fighting right away. Like, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Or at least start the fight or something.
Exactly. And it ended. We focused on him and was like, oh crap, it's going to end this way. Yeah, I didn't like it.
So that's crazy. But it was too short. But it also, I guess it's leading to a path that we want to go down.
Yeah, I think it's leading to a path where a couple more episodes are going to be longer because there's lots of action in them. Let me see here if I can see anything. Yeah, there's no name for part 4 yet. It doesn't even say how long it is. It just says September 6th. So, and it's gonna be directed by a different person. Peter Ramsey is gonna direct it. Still written by David Filoni, but Peter Ramsey's directing it. And then number 5. What do we got for number 5? Doesn't tell us hardly anything on number 5. Oh, number 5, Dave Filoni directs and writes it, so that could be the big episode right there.
Wow.
When he does both of them, it's usually pretty intense, Yeah, so there's 8 episodes, like I said, and I'm hoping that the writer's strike hasn't affected anything else, because Ahsoka's been done for a while, and I think the Skeleton Crew show has been done too before the strike. So I'm hoping that we get that after Ahsoka. And I think there's supposed to be a Tales of the Jedi too. It's just animated little shorts or whatever. There's supposed to be one of those coming out too this spring or this winter. And then I think next year, at the beginning of the year, Rangers of the New Republic. Maybe. It's either a show or they're going to make it a movie. I don't think they've decided. But the Rangers of the New Republic was supposed to be the one that what's her name was in Cara Dune.
Yeah.
She was supposed to have her own show, and she said some weird stuff on Twitter, and they fired her. She did. She said something about it was right before the attack on the Capitol. She said something about stuff like that. Democrats and whatever. She said something weird like that, and they fired her.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Guess you can't have your own view in this country anymore.
She was pretty hot, too. Not that these other two, I mean, holy crap, the Wren and Syndulla, man. They got some tight butts on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yabba, 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 do.
That's right. I still can't get over Syndulla's eyes. They're too green.
Too green?
Yeah, I'm looking at them. I'm like, what the hell?
I thought they were blue.
Yeah, blue or green, whatever it is. It's just
blue. Yeah.
It's like the eyeballs are floating in space outside of her head because they're so bright. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I guess I'll wrap this up. Short podcast along with a short episode, right?
Hey, Rick, where you at?
Yeah, where's Rick at?
Rick, hey, we need everybody out there to find Rick.
Yeah, tell him that he's done with starting up school.
Yeah, send feedback. Find Rick.
Yeah, hashtag where's Rick?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast. Thank you.
Please visit our website where you can play current and past episodes.
Over there.
That's https://RABR.KyleJohansson.us. That's RABR.KAILEJOHANSEN.
Down there, Scott.
US. On the left-hand side is a navigation menu. You can use this to learn how to load the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room podcast on your Android or Apple phone and tablet. And we have direct links to our podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts. Please participate by connecting to our social media, answering questions of the week, or submitting feedback directly from the site. Again, all of these are available at the Rebel Alliance Briefing Room website at RABR.KAILEJOHANSEN.US. This podcast in no way is approved, sponsored, or owned by Lucasfilms Ltd., Disney, Disney Plus, or any of its subsidiaries. All opinions are solely owned by Kyle and or Scott and in no way express the views or opinions of their past or present employers. Views and opinions are not supported or restricted by Lucasfilms, Ltd., Disney, Disney Plus, or any of its subsidiaries. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this podcast and its affiliate sites without consent of Super Duper Podcast Network and its host is prohibited.
Both of us.
I am Kyle John Hansen, and this is Andrew Scott Sutton. Say goodbye now.
Bye-bye.
Oh boy, yo. Oh boy.
Boy.
Oh boy. Oh, clear.
Click this button.